Parashat Shelach Lecha. In this week's parasha, we read of something that many people would consider a catastrophe, a fiasco. Each tribe has a representative that's sent to scout out the Holy Land. That's what they were doing. They were scouting, they were searching, they were spying. And the report they come back with is terrible. It's far from positive at best. And this leads to the beginning of a calamity where Hashem gets very upset with the Jewish people for accepting the dibara'a, the bad utterances about Eretz HaKodesh, about Eretz Yisrael. But there's an interesting question. We have to really try and understand where they were to appreciate this question. We're talking about people who had left Egypt pretty recently. They had witnessed the greatest of miracles. They were living with an anana kavod. They were living with a cloud that would accompany them during the day, and fire that would give them light when they needed at night. I mean, their whole hanhaga, the whole behavior, the whole structure, the whole system was nisi. It was miraculous. And now they come into Eretz Israel and they see all these very large cities and they're giants and they're mighty nations. Lost trust in God. We're not going to be able to do it. He's not going to be able to do it. What are you talking about? You saw him split the sea. You saw him take down Egypt with 10 different plagues. Why don't you think he can sort this one out too? I'd like to offer what might be considered a slightly revolutionary idea, but I think it's got a lot of truth to it, and it can be understood in many different ways. These people specifically who are chosen to represent the Jewish people, or rather to be sent on behalf of the Jewish people to scout out Eretz Israel, Eretz Canaan then, were actually the leaders of every tribe almost. They were the greatest people in the tribes. They realized something fundamental. They realized that they had a paradise in the Midbar. They had a paradise. There was the Anana Kavod, exactly as we said. They were with Hashem. They were close to Hashem. People had time to study, to think, to develop themselves psychologically. And they saw all of that going wrong, all of that being left behind when they would enter Eretz Israel. You'd have to start working on the land, waging wars, splitting the land, settling the land, building a family, working out the economic structure. They saw that the whole Hanhagani the whole expression of miracle that Hashem was giving to the Jewish people, would be gone. We'd go to a natural state of common natural functionality. And that's what they wanted to avoid. And they wanted to come up with the idea, let's not go into an Eretz. Let's not get to Eretz Israel. Let's stay in Midbar. Midbar is a concept of we're completely in God's hands. There's no us. There's no what we need to do. You take care of us. And if you think about it in a way, this might sound beautiful. We might begin to start understanding these guys had a point. It did all end. When they went into Eretz Israel, there was a standard war. There were a few miracles, and the Jews won. But there was war. There were wars for 7 years. Then 7 years of splitting the land. And things really became natural, albeit with God's miraculous intervention here and there. So where were the Meraglim wrong? Here, the Torah is teaching us a big yesod, a fundamental idea. The Torah was not given to a nation in the Midbar. It was not given for a people who will stay in the desert. It wasn't given for there to be constant miracles. It was given to the natural world, a world of law and order, a world that requires us to build. Not a world that has us constantly seeing miracles of Hashem. A world where we need to be tested and challenged so that we grow. And that is why the Jewish people had to go into Eretz Israel. The Meraglim, as far as the Torah is concerned, were attempting to completely relegate, to completely destroy the very fundamental idea of which world the Torah was given to. The Torah was given to a natural world, a world where things are sometimes blurry, murky, and difficult. A world where we're challenged and we have to muster up our courage to move forward. Hopefully we'll honestly be able to take this lesson and pluck up all those qualities that we need to develop ourselves further in this natural world. But make sure to remember that there will be, please God, miraculous intervention when we need it. Shabbat Shalom.